So, Hitchcock, it's been so many weeks since we have done a freaking episode. I am, like, off the chain here. I'm off the hook. I'm off the wire, if you will. Is that a real term? Off the wire?
Now.
I don't know.
It is
but,
now.
yeah. Dude, this has the potential to be our best episode or our worst episode. And I don't know which is going to be which. But just to clarify here, we are in the same room.
We're holding hands right now.
Yeah. Aww.
It's lovely.
Cousinly love. Oh, incestual podcasting. Man.
We got serious now.
For those who don't know, Drew and I are in fact podcast cousins. I was going to say cousins when I said podcast. Podcast cousins.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, we're all podcast cousins.
Yeah, but so Drew is here. Yeah. He was here for the Masters this week. Mm-hmm. We need to stop bumping. We need to stop bumping the bed. I'm going to move my chair back a little bit.
Shoot.
Frick me, the lawnmower started again. No! What is that?
It's like a chainsaw. All right, anyway.
Is she cutting down trees? Oh my gosh! All right. Well, we're gonna roll with it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But so just to clarify, so Drew was here for the Masters in August.
Last week.
Augusta, not August. Augusta, where they have the golf championship, and so he was here all week for that. Now he came to Atlanta. We hung out for a few days. If you checked out our unique and epic and popular Instagram stories, where we posted,
it was lit.
Yeah, and then now we are at Lake Oconee here in Georgia at a house. If you would like to track us down,
come find us, please be my guest.
And you know, I actually heard that at Lake Oconee there was an old couple that was murdered by a random person here in a house. So I don't know if we want to track that same occurrence to happen again. But
jeez, why am I here?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
But so now we're at Lake Oconee and we're having a jolly time. And
isn't it just?
What?
Isn't it just?
Isn't it just?
Yeah.
Yes, that's my term. I've started saying that recently.
Yeah.
But
we've coined some new terms this trip.
We have coined some new terms. This is going to be an off the chain episode.
It is.
Just to clarify.
We're gonna have like four main
news.
Three?
Yeah. Because there was some big news this week.
It's just gonna go flowing in and out. You know.
Drew and I decided in an episode a few weeks back, several weeks back, in fact, I said, hey, what if we do our episodes once every other week, right? To kind of give us a break every now and then, right?
Yeah, because we're like, we need more freedom,
Yeah,
we're
but
being held accountable too much,
in a way that has wrecked the entire podcast of Blockbusted, because now we have too much leeway, too much free time.
And now we're like, we'll get to it.
Too much freedom, if you will. This needs to be a communist podcast with no freedom. So maybe we'll try to get back on a weekly schedule sometime soon. I don't know.
Maybe during the summer when we
got
all those blockbusters and time.
Exactly. Time. from
time and money.
Yeah. But so that said, there has been a lot of news since we came.
Yeah.
Since we podcasted last. So we've got the Thor Ragnarok trailer to talk about. We have the Last Jedi trailer to talk about.
This very morning.
Which is going to be the flagship.
It is.
News.
It'll be the thumbnail and everything.
Right, it'll be on the thumbnail. It'll be in the title because it's a big deal and whatever.
It is, though.
Dude. Even though we don't have a ton to say about it.
I mean.
And then also, last night we watched The Fate of the Furies.
We did, yes.
So we're gonna give that a bit of a mini review, if you will, because it was a jolly old time, wasn't it?
It was a real good time.
Speaking of phrases that we coined on this trip, every time I see Drew, it's odd because it doesn't change when we're on FaceTime or whatever, but every time I see him in the flesh, he's developed new phrases and terms and catchphrases, right? So like this trip, he started saying he calls people pigs. When he doesn't like him, he says, "You pig," and he also.
Oh, you're making me sound like a horrible person.
Right.
Come on.
Well, yeah. And also, when someone does something cool, he sings the John Cena theme. He goes da 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 da. And old joke, something that I hear grandpas do. Whenever someone says something funny, he goes, "But as if that is his unique idea.
Yes. It's brilliant, This
is going to be a Drew Hitchcock roasting fest.
Oh, jeez.
This episode is.
I'm not a horrible person.
Well, I mean, in the eyes of God, we're all horrible sinners.
Oh, no.
We need Jesus to redeem us, Drew.
Yeah, okay,
Easter is this Sunday. You should be thinking about these things.
He called me Drew.
That's weird. Yeah, because I call you Drew in real life more, but Hitchcock over the phone. Maybe it's because I don't have the embodiment in real life.
Whack.
It's so weird to look you in the eyes in this podcast because it never happens.
Awkward.
I like sometimes, just to clear, give me weird looks. Sometimes I clarify. I've said just to clarify several times in this episode.
Yeah.
Sometimes, just to give you the in on the podcast, whenever we're podcasting, I just close my eyes and lean my head against the drawers or something. And you never see
told me that before.
Yeah, because
Jeez.
yeah, like it sounds like I'm so enthusiastic
Yeah,
that I'm really just
I go in my
dying
room and I turn off all my lights.
Oh.
Because it's more appealing to do that episode.
Yeah,
in the
it's a
dark.
bit of
I
a
don't know why.
vampire
I
situation.
don't know why. We're in the dark right now.
We're in the dark. We closed the blinds as if that's gonna somehow block out the sound of
The
the
lawnmower.
lawnmowers outside.
Oh, jeez.
But you know what? We started this episode right when a lawnmower stopped, and we were like, "Thank God, this is our opportunity."
This is chance.
And then, as you saw a few minutes ago, the chainsaw has begun. So
Chainsaw or leaf blower, one of the two.
yeah, one of the two. We're just gonna live with it.
We're
We're
gonna
gonna
go.
give this podcast some endearing
You probably
humanity.
hear some bumps on the
yeah.
bed we're
Oi,
sitting on.
Oi! Because we've got our microphones set up on twin beds.
On the bed.
In this lake house we are staying at.
There's probably some dead cockroaches under the bed.
Oh, dude, yeah. This house used to be infested with bugs. They had it treated.
Whoa.
There are magazines on that. And by the way, this is not like a fake. Like Blockheads podcast, they make up the fact that they're in Guam. No, we're really in a shabby old lake house right now.
We are. Here's a Reader's Digest magazine
From what year?
from 2003. my
Oh,
friends.
brilliant. Oh, good.
It's got Elvis, the
Elvis.
plot against the king.
I didn't know Elvis was alive in 2003.
You did, man.
I mean, I guess it was several hundred millennia ago,
Yeah, I mean,
Many moons.
2003.
if you will.
What was going on in 2003?
Well, I think National Treasure came out. That's my 2003
Yeah.
landmark,
Yeah,
if you will.
nice.
Oh, and then X2 came out in 2003, I believe.
Did it?
Yeah. So that's a big deal.
Let's get into this.
Let's get into this news episode, eh? Yeah. Okay.
Kick
So
it
what
off.
should we talk about? I guess we should talk about this stuff in order then. We'll do the two trailers first, and then we'll do Fate of the Furious for our review.
Furious came out before.
True. We're kind of twisting with time a little bit, like Doctor Strange, if you will.
You know, I'm liking the structure movie trailer.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. We'll go with your idea.
We'll see which segue.
I can mix and match. I can segue.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So, first let's talk
Thor
about the
Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok trailer. Yes. Which came out like a week ago.
Did.
So now it seems a bit old news, but again, we haven't covered it.
It's
so we
old,
just
but
have
it's
to
not
talk.
fake.
Yeah. Wait, what? Oh.
It ain't fake news. It's
You've
real.
been to my fallacy class, critical thinking, where we discussed that just because something is old does not mean it is fake.
Yeah.
Or inaccurate.
Yeah.
That's a fallacy. Anyway, what did you think of the Thor Ragnarok trailer, Hitchcock?
Man, first impressions were fantastic.
Heck yeah.
It's one of Marvel's best easily.
Best trailers?
Best trailers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't
Best
seen the
movies,
movie.
for sure.
Without a doubt. No, yeah, I mean, I'm loving it. It's got the Guardians of the Galaxy feel.
Dude,
You know, it's
yeah.
totally set in that same universe now.
People are complaining. They're like, why does it feel like Guardians of the Galaxy? Well,
It
maybe
is-
that's because they're in the same
Yeah,
universe as Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, I'm just saying.
Exactly.
I
But
don't
yeah, I mean, I love it so much. You know, do we want to go like trailer breakdown? Or
I guess.
just, I mean, those are my first impressions. I loved it.
That's
I
all we have
watched-
to say. I loved it so much.
I watched it over and over again. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah. I
So-
probably watched it 30 times by now.
Probably.
I watched it last night at like 3 a.m.
Yeah, you did. You put it on. Wow.
I mean, but to begin with, like, that song was great. Got you
Yes.
hyped. Like, I compared the Thor Dark World and Thor trailers to this.
Yeah.
And this is just so much
It's
more
like
hype
a whole
because the
new
other ones were
universe.
just like very self-serious,
Mhm.
like for many years. It's Odin's voice. For many years, the gods have given us gifts such as
Yeah.
the ether, and
Yeah,
now it is going to be pursued by humanity.
But yeah,
So,
and, another thing I love to mention is the colors.
Yeah.
You can totally tell that Marvel's changed the camera, right? Did
Hopefully.
they release it?
Yeah.
What did they say? I don't know if that comes into play with Thor Ragnarok.
I think they did change
but-
it, but
I mean, it's got good colors.
Yeah.
You know, the
The
color
thing is,
scheme,
like,
it's
the-
bright.
if you look at the color grading, the I looked at the thoughts of the guy who did that Marvel color grading
Okay.
video that's
Yeah.
so good. He says that the color grading is not that different. It's still kind of gray.
Uh-huh.
But the thing that is different is the set design and production
Okay,
design,
yeah.
and we're just seeing very colorful costumes
Yeah.
in this, which I like a lot. You know, I wish the color grading was better, but still, it looks really
It
good.
looks a lot better than it did.
Not to mention, like, oftentimes with these first trailers, like the effects are very unfinished and
Yeah,
stuff.
they're
But
still in the production. Yeah.
Hulk looked amazing in this.
He did.
All the stuff looks.
I did feel like there was like
amazing,
1 second or so that it was like a bit
Yeah, a little
iffy, but I mean maybe that was like first time watching it. It was like
Right.
It took like a double look. It was like
When it's kind of like a thing where
odd.
you kind of have to decide what's the standard for like what looks good, because
Yeah.
you could just say, well, that looks like a video game, but at the same time it does look really human. I don't know, like it's an odd kind of double standard.
It looked great, but yeah, you're right. I mean,
Right.
Hulk, that entry was
Like if
great.
we saw that Hulk in a video game, we would be like, video games are photorealistic now, man,
Yeah,
or whatever.
Good point.
Right? What do you think, in comparison, what do you think has had the best Hulk thus far as CGI goes?
Oh,
Because I still lean toward Avengers.
the first one?
Yeah, yeah.
You don't think he's that good in the second?
No, I think second he got way worse.
Really?
Yeah, I think he looks way less realistic in Age of Ultron, oddly. And I don't really know why, but it's just kind of an odd. He's more shiny and he feels less light. He feels more lightweight.
He's got
He
pants
jumps
on,
more and
right?
stuff. Yeah.
Maybe it's the pants.
He's got the stretchy pants, the
Yeah.
special stretchy pants or whatever.
Huh.
Yeah. But I think the Avengers has the most realistic. Like the mocap is great.
Yeah, I have to go watch these again.
Yeah.
'Cause it's hard to
Still,
tell.
he looks more like shiny and cool in this.
Good point.
to
Well, he
articulate
does have
it
the
properly.
armor on.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he does look kick butt, so.
But anyway, what else? Thor looks like he's having a good time
He
in that
does,
gladiator
just
arena.
chilling around. He got his hammer destroyed.
Yeah, dude,
That
man.
was
Oh, for those people who
shocker.
don't know, we have a Blockbusted YouTube channel where we've been posting some dumb kind of fun skits and
Yeah.
whatever, some sarcastic things. And we posted a fake Thor Ragnarok trailer reaction. Is it fake? Is it real? Who's to say?
People don't like it.
But it's
so
very,
I guess we're doing our job.
over the top, us screaming
Uh-huh.
to emphasize how dumb reaction videos are.
Yes.
Um,
And we'll get to some more reaction news later.
Oh, reactions, eh? Oh. But yeah, no, what would you do if you were in a gladiator arena and a friend of yours came out? Would you be happy or like terrified that now you have to kill your friend? You know? Oh my gosh, a lawnmower. Another lawnmower. Kill me.
Jeez, we can't win.
No.
Maybe you should put some music over it.
Maybe I should put some music over it?
Nice elevator music.
Or just don't listen to this with headphones and then you won't pay attention to it. Oh, they're going to the front of their yard now, hopefully.
Okay.
Like if
depends on
if
which-
you were in a
it
gladiator
depends
arena
on which
and
friend.
I showed up.
You showed up. It depends on what state you're in.
What state?
Yeah, because if you're sane,
If I'm sane.
I mean,
Like, if I show up, I'm perfectly sane, you're perfectly sane, would we be like, oh no, we have to kill each other? Or would we be like, yeah, best bros, let's break out of this together?
I want to try to kill you.
Yeah.
Would you?
I mean, for my own survival, I would do anything. Ends justify the means, Hitchcock.
I don't know. I guess some friends.
I guess. Yeah.
That's a dumb question.
I'm just thinking, like, Hulk, or Thor seems very happy to see Hulk, but, like,
Yeah.
he doesn't take in the prospect of, like, oh, maybe I have to kill him to get out of this.
Yeah, but like, I mean, it also begs the question, like, Hulk, like, what state is he in?
Right.
Right? Are they blackmailing him or holding him captive somehow?
Well,
Or is
see,
he just-
like, I don't think he's gone bad at all. I just think he's Hulk, and so he's just gonna smash stuff.
Yeah, okay.
You know?
But he's smart enough to let people put on a helmet?
Oh, true. Or did he put on the helmet itself?
Did he?
Yeah. But they've said that Hulk he's gonna be more intelligent in this.
I mean,
he may
yeah, that
even
makes
have some
sense.
dialogue.
'Cause he's not gonna turn Bruce Banner,
No.
you know?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think Mark Ruffalo was only on the set for like a couple days
Yeah.
or something. So, man, I guess he is gonna have. A
I mean,
small role.
isn't the thought that he's staying the Hulk, so he's gaining intelligence as the Hulk?
That's true. That's probably how it would work. I would
So
assume.
I say,
in my Hulk logic.
they give a nice little gladiator fight, which is gonna be great.
Yeah.
Just see him. I mean, two of the biggest, baddest Avengers.
And then obviously they
going at it.
They just break out probably.
Probably Hulk comes to his senses or something.
You know, well, I'm guessing what'll happen is
he'll
it's
see
like
Loki. And
it's
he'll
like
be
Hulk,
like,
Hulk beats him to a pulp.
Beauty God.
I'm guessing Hulk beats Thor to a pulp,
You think
and then he like
he's
is
about to
brought
strike
back
the
to
final blow?
Well, no, I think he beats him to a pulp. Somehow he gets back to his cell, or he's dragged back or something, like he's almost dead, and he's like, "Man, this didn't go the way I expected." And then
Hulk
he
gets
figures out.
beaten?
No, Thor gets beaten.
Thor gets beaten.
And then they go back out and they figure out a way to escape or something. Because, like, I'm just guessing that Marvel's probably going to psych us out. They make you think that, oh, they'll be best buds by the end of this fight, and they'll break out together, but maybe they don't, you know?
Yeah.
That's my guess.
Maybe some other force tries to break them out.
Yeah.
Maybe the Guardians show up. Maybe Doctor Strange shows up.
Ooh. That is the other thing to talk about, is how does Doctor Strange fit into this?
We got the end credits of him,
right.
him and Thor drinking a beer.
They're drinking a good beer, yeah.
Your prediction is going to be at the beginning because he does have long hair.
Right, because looks as if the short hair bit in Thor is in Thor Ragnarok. I actually think we've only seen like the first act or so of the movie in this trailer.
Yeah, I love that so much.
Yeah, exactly, just like the Guardians trailers.
Yeah. That's how trailers need to be.
Exactly, not Spider-Man Homecoming trailer.
No, we do not need a lot.
But my guess is that Hela takes over Asgard.
Yes. Versus hammer.
And then she breaks Thor's hammer. She takes over Asgard. He's like cursed to the place.
Thrown to the junkyard.
Right.
Or whatever.
And that's like the point of no return for the story. That's the catalyst moment, you know, the inciting incident, if you will. And so then that propels him to fight Hulk. They escape, and that starts kind of the road trip that is the other two acts of the movie, I would guess.
Okay, cool.
I don't know. And then maybe Valkyrie comes with them. Who's to say?
I don't know.
Have you ever seen the movie Astro Boy?
I saw that in the theater.
Really?
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you how this movie looks just like Astro Boy?
No.
No?
No.
Dude, so remember in Astro Boy, he gets taken to a junkyard where they make robots fight each other in a gladiator arena, and there's a crazy guy, and there's a girl who is like the daughter of the crazy guy, right? And then she helps him escape. Boom! You think about that. They're copying the horrible movie Astro Boy from 2007.
Boy, what a masterpiece.
Man. But yeah.
I saw that in the theater. I remember that very distinctively.
What else? Looks like there's a good like balance of kind of Asgardian stuff and like cool alien stuff. You know? That's going to be cool.
Goddess of Death looks great.
Right. People are saying this trailer's too lighthearted, it's too funny. Why are there so many jokes?
There's one joke.
Right, there's one joke in the whole trailer.
Whatever.
Like I think people need to find the difference between
That's just a thesis.
between fun and funny.
Yeah.
Like this trailer is very fun. Like just upbeat kind of good time, you know, right.
Yeah, that music was great.
But it's not a comedy.
No, not at all.
Right?
Not at
And
all.
I do hope the movie's not a comedy.
Yeah.
Obviously it's going to have funny moments, but I think it's just going to be more fun, you know, because judging by that standard, man, I thought my voice was better, Hitchcock. I thought we could do my episode today. I've been sick all week. But like if you judge by that logic of it's got a fun song in the trailer, that means that it must be a funny comedy.
Yeah.
That means that the Batman v Superman final trailer is also a comedy because it's got an upbeat rock song in it where they fight. So, yeah, anyway. Is that all we have to say?
I think so.
I think so.
That about wraps it up.
It
looks
hyped.
great. I'm gonna go see opening night for sure.
Heck yeah. Honestly, I do think I'm probably most excited for this film out of the rest
Yeah,
of the
I think
superhero movies
over
coming.
Guardians and Homecoming, definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
You
And
know?
that may just be because we've seen
in
a lot of those other movies, you know, already, and like feels less hype, but still, I mean, I'm looking forward to all of them. Spider-Man Homecoming's at the bottom of the list though for some reason. I don't know.
That first trailer was
yeah.
That's why.
Second trailer was better, but meh, I don't know.
Seen a lot.
Did we even get a chance to talk about the new trailer? I don't know. I don't even remember these things
it was
anymore.
Fine. It was a lot of same footage.
I enjoyed Tony Stark.
Yep. Oh, he had a good mentor line. Didn't
He? If you're nothing without the suit, you shouldn't have it.
Yeah.
You learned that lesson in Iron Man 3.
That's good.
Anyway, should we talk about the big news for the week, or should we talk about Fate of the Furious?
I don't know. Let's leave it up to fate. Segway!
Oh, man! Dude. I don't even think they heard the words that you said because you said it so quickly, but okay. He said, let's leave it up to fate, ladies and gentlemen.
Segue.
So yeah, me and you saw the Fate of the
Furious of the Fate 8.
Fate with an 8 last night, and you have not seen any of the other Fast and
No,
Furious
I hadn't
movies.
seen any of them.
But you know what? You still had a jolly good time, didn't
Dude,
you?
I loved it. It was perfect, without a doubt. 5 out of 5.
Yeah,
no doubt about it. Just 'cause it is dumb.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This is the first Furious movie. You've told me this.
Right.
But you've told me they're dumb, right? They start out hardcore.
They start out very hardcore racing
and
then
they
by
just,
Fast 5,
they're
they were
just like, yeah,
whatever.
screw it. We're just going dumb. And
Yeah.
I mean, this was the first one I had seen, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is great!" Like, I didn't get some of the jokes and some of the past references,
Right.
because I hadn't seen the movies, but it was still like, it worked so well. I felt,
Right.
I mean, it was the dumbest thing ever,
So
and I
dumb.
applaud it for that.
I mean, it's
You
like
know? It knows it's dumb.
horrible acting
Oh,
for
terrible.
most, except Charlize Theron,
Yeah,
who was
she,
quite
I mean,
good.
most of the line delivery was crap for most of the characters.
Yeah. Horrible continuity.
This is bad. This is bad.
Oh no, this is bad. Me and you would do different things during the movie.
Oh.
To start with, like, I gotta say, this is one of the funnest theater experiences I've ever
It was
had
great.
in years. Honestly,
It was great.
But me and you would, whenever they said the word family, we
take
would
a
turn
shot.
and take a shot, take a fake shot, an imaginary
Oh,
shot,
we'd be dead by now.
because we are below drinking age here in Georgia.
Dun, 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 dun.
And then also when there was bad line delivery by Michelle Rodriguez, we would just laugh.
I mean, it was terrible.
Yeah,
But
man.
I was laughing so hard. I don't think I've had that much fun in ages.
Yeah, and part of it is
'Cause it
stuff
was
that we were meant to
so-
laugh at, and
Yeah,
part of
it
it is
was
stuff you
so
weren't meant to laugh
dumb.
at. But you know what?
Like, there's one point the dude dies just a heat-seeking missile in a
So
car.
good.
And then he gets blocked. But I mean, cars come around him and save him from an atomic bomb. I mean, it's
Don't
just
spoil
perfect.
these things, Hitchcock.
It's just
But man,
perfect.
yeah. Like if you like the stuff in the previous Furious movies where like Dominic Toretto just walks out of an explosion unscathed,
Yes.
or
Jumps
when he
across the
jumps
bridge.
across a highway bridge and catches Letty in midair,
I love it.
you're gonna love this movie
I love
for
it.
sure.
It's great. Oh
you
my
know?
gosh.
And this does bring up this topic of like, I don't think that movies should be judged based on what they're not trying to be, right? So like, you shouldn't judge as much as like I would hate on like a dumb comedy or something.
Mm-hmm.
A dumb comedy that just is trying to be a dumb comedy,
Yeah.
I'm not going to really criticize because
No.
that's all it was trying to be.
Yeah.
And if it was good as that, then that's good,
Yeah.
But
Which begs the question: if BVS was trying to be dark,
if
and
BVS
brooding
was trying to be
and
bad,
not
was
care
it good
about
as
it-
that? No. Right.
You gotta be careful here, man.
Right, exactly. But so like, I feel like oftentimes people compare like completely different movies
Yeah.
with different aspirations. Like
Yeah.
Shawshank Redemption is trying to be a dramatic, like really deep film.
Mm-hmm.
Fast and Furious 8 is trying to be a dumb blockbuster.
Yeah.
You can't compare the two,
Yeah.
So I might give Shawshank Redemption 5 stars, and I also might give Fast and Furious 8 4.5 stars or whatever.
Yeah.
Because both of them are succeeding as
And what they
are.
want to do.
Right. So like, in the grand scheme of things, Shawshank is off like
movie
ultimately
wise.
a far better movie.
Yeah.
But based on their aspirations
Uh-huh.
and what they were trying to be, I think both of them live up to their potential. If that makes sense.
Definitely.
So
It was great.
I really loved Fast and Furious 8. I gotta say, if that wasn't clear already.
Yes, it's great. I mean, and even like we say it's dumb and the acting's crap, it has some great little payoffs here and there, though.
Yeah, you know, like
some things they
I
set
love
up
a
in the
good setup and
beginning.
payoff in a movie.
Yeah.
This had some good
It,
setups
it
and
has
payoffs.
some really good, and the pacing I felt was really good.
Really
you know?
good,
I mean,
yeah.
it keeps you going. It keeps you engaged. You
Right.
know? It had some great. I mean, it did have some genuine great jokes. you
Right.
know?
Like,
It was just fun. Oh my gosh.
These critics are like hating this movie. It's not. It doesn't have horrible reviews on Rotten Tomatoes or whatever. But like, it's
Like
getting pretty
filmmaking
meh
wise,
reviews.
yeah, it's
right.
not, but it's trying.
Although,
to
like
be
as far as
done.
the action goes, the action's
Action's
well shot
fun.
and everything.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I think that by acknowledging that they're dumb and just trying to live in their identity as that, they have really succeeded and caught a break. And if you compare it to something like Transformers, I think it's far better than Transformers because Transformers is trying to be some sort of dark and like epic and like wow, look at these
Logan-esque.
characters, right? Like the new trailer looks so Logan-esque or whatever, and they fail horribly
They do.
because they've got these huge aspirations and they're dumb, but they don't realize they're dumb.
Yeah,
right.
They're trying to be serious and trying to be dark and brooding
when they're
when
dumb,
the concept itself is dumb.
right?
You know.
Not to
So-
mention, like, what was I gonna say? Like the action in Transformers is the same every time. It's buildings collapsing and a bunch of CGI metal going around in circles and a
taking
whirlpool
a
and
handful
stuff.
of nuts and bolts and throwing them in
And
the
you
air.
throw them in the air.
That's
and
what
they
it
like
is.
get magnetized somehow
Yeah,
and just swirl around in a
uh-huh.
circle, right?
I mean, it's just a mess, but
But like, if you compare that to the Fast and Furious, they know what they are and they live up to their identity in that, and the action, unlike Transformers, is inventive and creative
It's good.
every single
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to be in the writer's room for this movie and just come up with the most crazy ideas
so great,
and get to do it, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And that's, yeah. You know, people are saying that this movie has less heart than the other films, which they're probably right about, like, if I'm being honest. But, I mean, everything else I said was a lie. I'm being honest here.
Yeah.
But, like, I think it was just far more enjoyable than the other ones.
Yeah.
Even
Which
though-
I haven't
even
seen
despite
any of the
that,
other ones.
you know.
I mean, I know the whole Paul Walker stuff. You showed me that scene, which
Right.
is great.
And that was so moving.
There is some good family stuff, I feel.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
even in this one, it was, I mean, there were a few moments that were
genuinely
like heartfelt,
moving.
you
Yeah,
know? Like
almost.
some stuff about the family, you know, I mean, it wasn't the greatest.
It's not the greatest stuff ever, but,
Oscar-worthy,
like,
you know.
for these movies,
It's good.
in the context.
You know, it works. And it has a fun time while having some good deep moments, right? Like, when I say deep moment, it's not like super deep, like
Right.
Oscar Best Picture deep.
Yeah.
It's like the dumb kind of deep, right?
Right.
You know, it has like a certain bar, and I mean, it just works.
Yeah.
So.
And I was actually surprised in several of the moments here by how dark some of the twists were. Like,
I mean, yeah, there's some
it's
killing. It's like,
totally
wow.
like inconsistent tone wise.
Yeah.
Like there's like super dumb like childish comedy, and then there's like these
Cars flying
horrifying like deaths of major characters
Yeah.
and whatever.
Yeah.
But oddly it works.
It
And I
does.
don't know why.
It
but
does.
it just does.
I think, I mean, you got to go in this movie with low expectations. You
Right.
got to go in not expecting to see a good, well-made, perfect film.
Right.
Go in wanting to have fun. Like, we went in with you and your other friend, and I'm just going to have fun.
coming to have
you know,
fun.
it was,
Yeah.
we sat down, we watched it.
and ultimately you had no expectations.
I didn't
which
at
probably
all.
helped.
I hadn't seen any of the Furious movies, which is like, I'm not sure I want to see another one.
Right, 'cause you just wanna live in this
It
one,
was
yeah.
good. It was great. So, yeah.
I do think there's something to be said, and I may want to make a video about this sometime, just about the idea of B movies being B movies.
Yeah.
You know, B movies that realize that they're that and they just do it.
Yeah,
you know?
it's just a
Like
just
Pacific
a
Rim.
movie. Yeah,
Right.
I mean, those are some of my favorite movies. You know, just
right.
like movies like that are what they are trying to be. You know,
And they just kind of give you a fun ride, a good experience. And obviously that we don't want everything to be a B movie.
No.
That would be
That's
horrible.
not what we're
That would
saying.
be horrible. But there's definitely room for movies like that.
Yeah,
Are
and
just
there's
fun
different
rides,
franchises
you know?
that they are B. Like, they can't be anything else but a B. Like,
Right.
Transformers, it's a B movie.
But it's a bad B
trying
movie.
to be an A movie.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
It's trying to
That's
be
what
something
yeah,
more.
That's a good
when it
way of
really
putting it.
needs to lower its standards and just stick with what it is.
Exactly.
So,
That's
yeah.
so true. And I felt like the same way with Kong Skull Island, you know?
Yeah,
which-
I mean, that was dumb.
was dumb and fun,
It was
right?
dumb. It made itself dumb.
right.
You know? So.
Versus movies like Transformers and like I'm trying to think of another example than Transformers because
Yeah.
we just hit that so hard every
We
time.
did.
What's another like bad B movie that doesn't do its job? You know, like
Pacific Rim does a good job.
Pacific Rim does quite a good job.
Like Edge of Tomorrow does a good job,
Edge
I
of
think.
Tomorrow does a good job. I would even consider Edge of Tomorrow closer to an A movie than a B
A-minus
movie.
movie?
Yeah, an A-minus movie.
We gotta rate these. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't
Um,
know. Y'all get the point. Y'all get what we're trying to say.
Yeah. I can't think of a movie off the top of my head.
But so I felt like the action was really clever
It
in
was.
this.
It was.
Really inventive.
It was,
really fun.
Oh, it was dumb.
Like
It was
it's
good
so absurd, and I love it.
like there's an opening scene with a racing. The dude puts like nitron gas in his car
Right.
or something, and he's like blowing. I mean, the tank is literally flaming.
Right.
And it shows a few shots of like the actual engine, and it's like red hot. Like like that car would be done. And
Right.
then it's racing against this like fastest car in the island.
But we've acknowledged that all of the characters in this movie have the powers of Superman
They
and are thus
do.
invincible. There's a
I
scene,
love.
without spoiling anything, when someone tries to use rubber bullets on the Rock,
The Rock and
they
what's his
just
face?
bounce right off.
Yeah. Oh, it's great. And
Yeah.
like this franchise feels like it's its own superhero movie.
Yeah.
Like it's not Marvel, but it's like your down to earth superheroes basically.
Yeah.
And there's like one scene where the Rock, they're sitting in the room or something, Rock gets mad, and there's this wall of metal. And he just takes his forearm
And he
just
punches the dent
and
in the
it
wall.
dents like a 3-inch hole in this wall of metal. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh my gosh, yeah, that's never gonna happen. The Rock
Right.
rips a rips a concrete bench off of the jail wall.
So good.
And starts curling it.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, that's dumb, but he is a superhero in this universe.
Right.
You know, and it
this
works.
Is a universe without physics, and I love
It
it.
is. It's great.
It's even funnier when they try to act like it's a universe with physics.
Yeah.
And it's not.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, it's good.
It's really good. Like, as far as these things goes, I thought it was... As far as these things goes, as far as these things
B-list
go,
movies.
as far as these B-list movies
It's one of
goes,
the better ones, I think.
I really did think it was quite a fun ride.
It was good.
And that's what I have to say, Hitchcock. What do you rate this out of our infamous rating
22.
system? 22.
I'm giving it 22 out of 22. I mean, it was perfect.
Yeah.
You know.
I give it a solid 20 or something.
20?
As an
Okay,
action
okay.
blockbuster, I give it a
22.
solid 20. Yeah.
I gotta keep it at 22.
And I definitely do think it is the best in the series.
I don't want to see another Furious movie.
Yeah?
I'm just saying. I'm just gonna keep it.
Because you're just satisfied.
Oh, yeah.
You're too satisfied with it.
Maybe I'll go see 9 and 10.
And another thing that's great about this series, just to note, is that, like, there's no source material.
Yes.
Right?
They
Like,
can do whatever they want.
They can do whatever they want,
Fans
and they
won't
don't
get
have
mad.
fans that go, well, it's not accurate to the
Oh,
comic books.
exactly.
It needs to be more. It needs to be more this and more that. You know, they're just like
churning
truly
stuff
is.
out.
People complain about.
We're gonna see
know.
him go to space. We're gonna go
Yeah.
deep water. You know.
People
They're gonna
complain
go to
about.
Mars.
People complain about oh, there's so many sequels in Hollywood these days, but there are some sequels that are being made to movies that were totally original.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Like Fast and Furious was well, it was kind of a rip off of Point Break. This
Yeah,
movie was,
okay.
but this is still an original series. It's not inspired by a book. It's not inspired by a comic book. It's not inspired by anything. It's not a reboot. So I just think that's kind of unique, as well as the fact that we're talking so fast in this episode, as well as the fact that, like, they stuck with this series and they didn't give up.
Yeah.
It went through some really rough patches of horrible
Like
movies.
the first 4 movies have like under 20%.
Right, they all had
Tomatoes.
Rotten Tomato scores, and they stuck with it. Found their identity, found their voice,
Found that they were a dumb blockbuster franchise.
and now they're good again.
they are.
You know, which is very,
Again?
yeah, exactly.
Again?
And now they're good.
Now they're good.
Which is really interesting because that's kind of, it's what happens on YouTube, especially. Like
Yeah.
with me, like I've gone through different periods where
Yeah.
I'm kind of working out the kinks in what I want my video style to
And
be.
you get it where you like it, and
And then I
also
find
you
my
gain
style,
a
and
bunch
it's
of
good.
subscribers.
Right,
you know?
I'm at 20K now. Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. So anyway,
That was Fast and Furious.
that's
That
Fate
was
of
fast.
the Furious.
That was fast.
That was fast and furious,
It was.
if you will. All right, Hitchcock.
Oof.
You know what we have to talk about now.
What time are we at? 34 minutes.
34 minutes.
Not
Okay,
bad, not
we
bad.
can cover this. We can do it.
Yeah.
What are we going to talk about, Hitchcock? What's the big deal? What's the skinny? What's the skinny?
Biggest news, the biggest. We've been waiting it for a whole 2 years. I think 2 years, 1.5 year maybe.
Yeah, ish.
It's been my whole life.
It will have been 2 years when the movie comes out.
It will.
Yeah.
We're talking The Last Jedi.
Boom! Pew, 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 pew.
We had the panel this morning. It was great to see all the cast there. They introduced a new cast,
New character named
new
Rose.
character. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
And then they gave us the trailer.
And they gave us a
We
trailer.
were waiting all morning.
I love
and
that
it
they were
was
just
great.
like,
I
all right,
loved it.
we know why you guys are here.
Yeah.
Just here it is. Here
You're
it
done.
is.
You're done listening to us, which is great.
They're like, okay, guys, we're just gonna stop now. We know you don't care.
It was great because Josh Gad, he was hosting it. He
Right.
was talking to all the questions,
good.
and he has those infamous talks with Daisy Ridley. He's
Right.
been hosting, which
Where he
is
tries
great.
to drill answers out of her.
It's great. And they're sitting there, and he turns to Ryan Johnson. He's like, well, I think we'd like to ask you something. Do you have anything here for us?
And he's like,
And like everyone in the crowd's like, oh, here we go. Here we go. And he's like, we brought
a teaser poster.
Yes. And it was the crowd reaction was fantastic.
They were like,
"Whoa!"
ah.
But yeah, and then they finally gave us a show. But
Right.
poster is fantastic.
I do have to say, I think that poster got me more hyped for the movie than the trailer.
Oh, how dare you?
Yeah.
That hurts.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
hurts.
Look, let's not be like idiots here where we pretend that we're like insanely excited
that we're Star Wars fans and we like everything
Yeah.
Star Wars.
because we all know that you can only be a Star Wars fan if you like every movie in the series.
Yeah.
I thought the trailer was good.
I liked it a lot.
It didn't blow my mind.
I liked it. I mean,
I
definitely
thought it was
didn't blow my. I mean, it didn't blow my mind like the first one did.
Right.
Like for Force Awakens.
Right.
That was groundbreaking.
Yeah.
If you will. And I mean, this one had some fantastic elements. Has some things I really, really like.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't there wasn't anything that makes you go, oh my gosh, no way.
Right.
You know, it's nothing huge like that. It's just, I mean, it's your typical trailer.
Which
feel.
is fine.
Just
like,
it works for me. I
we
mean,
saw very
isn't-
little of the movie, and
Yes.
that's how it should be.
This
you know?
isn't a
But-
huge event. The first one, it was a huge event because they're bringing back a franchise that everyone
Right.
loves
30 years
so
later.
much. You know, and this, it's just carrying on. So that, I mean, that's what they've waited. They've waited. They've waited so long to release this trailer. Remember when we got Force Awakens? It was like a whole year before.
It was a year
And so
and
they're
a
just
month.
treating this like a
Yeah.
normal movie, which I like. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, it's still Star Wars. It's still gonna be hyped.
Right.
But I felt like the trailer worked for it, and I mean, it got me hyped. I'm loving it so far.
I guess my thing is, and you know, this is not like it's not like every trailer has to have this. Who cares? It's just an observation. The Force Awakens trailer, like, even before the movie came out, that Force Awakens trailer showed us all these things that immediately became iconic.
Yeah.
Right? Like BB-8 was first
BB-8
shown in the
rolling.
trailer. That
They
was
see
like
me
in
rolling.
memes and cartoons everywhere.
Yeah.
People did fan art immediately.
You made a nice little Lego
right?
depiction
I made a
of it?
Lego depiction of
Yes,
it, right? When that
that's
trailer
right.
came out. There was the crossblade lightsaber. That was the big reveal of
Ooh.
that at the end of that trailer.
it.
And then there was, of course, the shot of the Millennium Falcon on Jakku with the TIE
Ooh,
fighters flying
chills,
past.
baby.
That, like,
Chills.
that was when all the reactionists,
Yeah, because they were bringing it back, you know?
they were like, what is the Millennium Falcon? Have you seen that reaction
Oh, I
guy
love
who's
it.
like, it's the Millennium Falcon! It's the Millennium
I love
Falcon!
I love when they take all those reaction videos, put them on the same screen,
Right,
and they're just all playing.
Oh
And, like
my
some people are
God.
just like,
right.
oh, and then someone, oh my gosh!
And then there's the people who are crying because
Oh,
it
yes.
means so much to
It
them.
does.
Apparently. Dude, if you had filmed my reaction, it was just me going like,
I was just sitting there grinning. I
Yeah.
was like, I
Right.
mean, it was just. I mean, I'm not like yelling. That's the thing. This trailer did not make me jump up and down with joy. I was just grinning ear to
Yeah,
ear. It
that's
was
great.
just so good to see it back, you know.
so let's talk about the trailer
Hey,
itself.
let's.
You noted, and I agree, that the cinematography
Oh,
looks quite
yes,
different.
I love it.
Looks
Ryan
good.
Johnson, I feel like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like this is going to be a Star Wars movie that we haven't seen.
Yeah, and
You
I
know?
think it already looks as if it has a bit more vision than Force
Yeah.
Awakens. Force Awakens, again, I think is quite good.
Uh-huh.
But it's also a bit of a product.
It is.
It's made to please everyone,
Uh-huh.
and it's made to be very standard, despite the fact that it does have some very exceptional elements, namely the characters.
Yeah.
But this looks like it's a bit more of a vision, which is good, because that's what was good about Rogue One, was that was a vision, too.
And it took some people off, but it's made some
Right.
people real happy.
It
you know?
didn't necessarily live up to that vision all the time, but it was still a vision. It was very unique, and you could feel that the artist had really wanted to make it something unique.
Yeah.
You know, and whether that worked is up to us, but it's up to me and you, Drew.
Yeah. I mean, we determine everything here on Blockbusted.
But yeah, I do feel like this is more hashtag artsy, to say the least.
I do. And I think, like I said, Ryan Johnson, I feel like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
I feel like this is going to be a Star Wars movie that is different. It's new. It's going to bring
Let's
new
hope.
aspects to this Star Wars universe.
And
which
just-
I'm really hoping it does. You
Yeah.
know, we saw that shot of the whatever those things were
Yeah.
with the red smoke.
Yeah,
And
those
that
were
shows
cool.
it right there. They're bringing new ships, you know?
Right.
Like Rogue One brought the U-Wings, you know? It has some
Yeah,
new
yeah.
elements that were perfect,
Yeah.
you know? And so I feel like, I mean, if it brings stuff in new, I mean, introduce us to new elements in the Star Wars universe. It's going to
Right.
work a lot better than just sticking to TIE Fighter, Millennium Falcon,
Yeah.
X-Wing, Y-Wing, you know, the
Which that is the
formulaic.
thing, is we need to evolve.
We do, yeah.
Because
It needs to grow.
if Star Wars does just stick to those things, it's gonna get old.
It is.
And
It is.
we need to kind of
We
start
saw a
seeing
little bit of
new,
that in Force Awakens.
a new era of this universe. Because like if you go back to the prequels, that Star Wars world is so different, and so by the time it evolves to the new trilogy kind of feel and tone, it feels like it's evolved.
Yeah.
And if you look at like the Old Republic stuff, that's a very different thing.
Yeah.
But if you compare, you know, Return of a Jedi and New Hope and all that, the original trilogy, to Force Awakens, doesn't really feel like things have changed much in those 30
It's
years.
just Star
which is
Wars,
odd.
you know? There's a big dark force controlling.
Right.
And then there's the Republic, you know?
So I hope that this movie may flesh out some of the
Evolve the whole
differences in this
universe, yeah.
era of the universe, which is 30 years later, you know.
Which again, Ryan Johnson, I think he knows that.
Yeah.
He knows. I mean, we watched the panel. He sounds like him and Kathy.
He was
Kennedy.
such an introvert, and I love it.
Yeah, it's great. I felt like they had a vision.
Right.
They want to go like this, you know.
Yeah.
And that's just like reassuring and like
Let's hope.
And the cinematography in this was, I love it. You know.
Yeah.
It's not shot like your typical Star Wars movie.
Right.
I feel. You know, it has some nice wide shots. It has some great shots of like Rey and Kylo, and
yeah.
Oh, I'm excited.
I'm really excited. I do think just purely from some of the plot points that we've seen already that it looks like it's gonna be different than Empire, which would be good.
Which I'm hoping it's not Empire.
Yeah,
right. I want it to be its own thing.
Like, we've already seen some new characters that are being introduced. We saw this character named Rose is being introduced. Obviously, we have Finn and Poe and Rey. And then also, Benicio del Toro, who plays the Collector in Guardians, is playing a bounty hunter in this, apparently.
Yeah, oh yeah, I keep forgetting about that.
And it just looks like it's got some different plot points, just purely from this trailer. We see some space battles and stuff.
It's got some training montages with, like...
Training montages.
Obviously, I guess not montages, but
obviously the Luke and Rey training stuff is very similar to the Yoda stuff.
I mean, but you gotta do that.
Right. But I do think it may vary because, for one thing, Luke probably doesn't want to train her at first.
Yes.
So he's a lot more
I
reluctant
feel like
than
Rey
Yoda.
will be different than Luke, too.
Right.
I mean...
She may even be more rebellious.
I think she might.
Yeah.
You know, from the looks of it, maybe.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe we'll see some dark side of Rey.
And then there's, of course, kind of the B plot, which is, in Empire, it's the asteroid field and Lando and all that. Yeah. In this, we don't know what it is yet.
Finn and Poe, probably.
Probably Finn and Poe. Probably the Resistance fighting some battles.
Yeah.
Would be really interesting.
It'd be nice to see some hardcore, like, Rogue One-esque battles, too.
Right, yeah.
Bring that into... I don't know if you want to keep that exclusive to Rogue One.
Right, yeah.
But
a little bit more gritty.
I mean, yeah, more gritty than we see in, like, the past. I mean, Force Awakens is great. Action is super fun. But you could definitely bring it down. I mean, this does have, like, a darker tone to it, I think. You know, just... Like,
it looks darker.
It does.
Feels darker.
It does. And I feel like you could do a dark battles, you know?
I'm intrigued to see how the movie will start as well. Because Empire starts with the Hoth Walker battle, which is famous and amazing and unique and original. It brings this whole new level to the Star Wars universe that's on the ground battles and stuff. Hopefully this will give that same kind of improvement and uniqueness and evolution, but not do the same thing. Not to mention, Empire starts with Luke still with the Resistance, and then rebellion, if you will, and then he goes to Dagobah, but Rey is already there here, already on the Jedi Temple planet. The Irish Island. So I guess the B plot with Finn and Poe will already kind of have started, which means likely, like, we won't see Rey and Finn and Poe together
maybe
much.
They won't merge till, like, the very end, maybe.
Yeah.
Which would be interesting. It would be cool.
Yeah.
You know? Like I said, I want something different, you know?
Yeah.
Different than before.
It is really a bold choice, and I like it in Empire. The fact that they do separate the main trio until the very end, and that's so awesome, you know? And then, of course, like, Luke and Han never have almost any dialogue except at the very beginning of the film in Empire, because they're separated, and then when Luke finally comes to Cloud City, Han is already in Carbonite, so they don't get to interact, which is a bold choice, you know.
Yeah, but you still feel that connection between them, you know?
Right,
like,
which is
Luke's
interesting.
coming after him.
It's really interesting.
You know, Han saved Luke from the Wampa.
The Wampa, if you will.
Lego,
yeah.
The complete saga.
If you think about that, like, that was a good way of setting up their friendship.
It was.
Before the Carbonite stuff, so that then we realize their bond has grown.
Yeah.
By the time the end comes around, so that when the man comes around, to quote Logan, so that we feel that as Luke's trying to save him, we feel his connection to him.
And another thing I love, Luke feels battle-worn.
Yeah.
This is the year for battle-worn heroes.
Right.
To train young
girls.
Kids, young girls.
Yes. And even in Transformers.
I mean, yeah, fine. But yeah, I mean, Luke, he says at the end that it's time for the Jedi to end. He's like... I mean, he's coming to his end.
He's sick.
You know, he is.
He's freaking sick and tired of this crap.
I mean, it's just I feel like that works for a character and a mentor so well. Seeing like that, like they don't want to.
Right.
But they see
like Rocky and Creed.
Exactly. Yeah. He doesn't want to, but he needs to. You know.
The idea that both characters are influencing each other, not just one influencing the other.
It might get old. At one point.
And he's like,
but for the time being, it's working okay.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited to see Luke. I'm excited to see Rey, Finn, Poe, all of them.
Well, I've read some studies about millennials and like this generation and how millennials these days don't like to get help from other people, like mentors and stuff, exclusively like they're teaching them.
Okay.
They like to get a we sense, like where you kind of teach each other in a cyclical kind of bond where you just experience things together and you learn things from each other, and it's not just one person exclusively teaching you.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this kind of the fact that it's likely that Rey will kind of change Luke and Luke will change Rey shows kind of the evolution of that, because
that's nice.
That's not how it is with Yoda and Luke in the originals.
Yoda's changing Luke.
So it's an interesting kind of evolution of the culture and how we see mentorships.
I like it.
And then there was something else I was going to say, but I can't remember what it was. The fact that in this trailer we hear Rey's theme play.
Oh, yes.
And we recognize it, right? Like, isn't it great that we now have, like memorable character themes for this series?
It took one movie. And it worked.
And not to mention, this is so off the rails, just back and forth.
I like it.
The Imperial March was introduced in Empire, not New Hope. It was introduced in Empire. So what kind of memorable song are we gonna get introduced to in this? Eh?
John Williams. Right. I'm telling you, he
Gotta
can do
rely
it.
on him.
He can do it. I think once he dies, these episodes need.
They just need to end.
They need to. I mean, keep going
even
with
if
the
he dies
stories.
before episode 9.
maybe keep going with the stories. The Han Solo spin-off.
But just make every single Star Wars episode without music.
Oh, yeah. There we go. That's how you gotta do it.
Perfect.
Yeah, John Williams, he's perfect. I mean, the fact he was able to create such a memorable theme.
Right.
In, like, Rey's, like...
Right.
Maybe that's because I've learned it on the piano.
Yeah.
And I've, like...
But it's very delicate and kind of feels...
It fits with her character.
Yeah,
It grows from this just...
Yeah, like it's slowly a bit of a timid, and then it gets stronger.
Grows.
Right?
It's great. Oh, I love it.
It's really good. You can't tell Drew and I are very much movie music buffs.
We are. Oh.
Yeah.
The two things I look for, cinematography and the
music.
score.
Yeah.
In movies. Like, if those two are good, it's hard for me to dislike a film.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well,
The Last Jedi.
That's The Last Jedi.
It's gonna come.
I'm guessing
great.
The next trailer
I'm gonna fly
will drop
down here
in,
just to watch it with you.
Okay, good. Yeah. I'm guessing the next trailer will drop in, like, August, if I had to take a guess. Take a gander, if you will.
What would they release in front of? Maybe Thor? Ragnarok? No, that's November.
Yeah, that's November, though.
My bad.
That'd be the final trailer, probably.
Will you watch the final trailer?
No. I'm going to skip out on it, probably.
Okay.
I mean, don't quote me on that, because I'll watch it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say I'm going to skip out on it until it comes.
Yeah, I think I'll definitely skip out on TV spots without
Yeah.
Because I genuinely hate TV spots.
Right.
I think they should be banned.
I've been watching none of the ones for Guardians.
No, and I mean, I've seen, like, we watched that one Earth.
Right,
Coming to Earth or whatever.
That was a bit of a spoiler, wasn't it?
I mean, I guess, but it was whack.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I hate TV spots. I like it just seeing one or two trailers. Just keep it to a minimal. Not tell us a whole lot, not show us a whole lot.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I'll definitely watch the second trailer. I feel like second trailers are some of the best trailers you get.
Yeah.
So, we'll see.
I'm hyped. I'm really hyped.
Oh,
I'm glad that
the feels
were shown enough to get us intrigued, but it wasn't too much, Although I did feel like the Force Awakens trailer was better, just purely because it showed more iconic stuff.
I loved how, Rey gives Kylo that scar.
Yeah.
At the end, she just shreds his face. And all the fan art, if you go look at some of the fan art of Kylo, they, like, have his white completely, like, his eye completely white.
Yeah.
He's got, like, she's gaping scar.
And then here it's like a little bit of a mark.
A little scratch, across his eye, which is great.
'Tis but a flesh wound.
Oh, it's great. I love it. So,
yeah.
I'm hyped. I'm going to gotta get my tickets the day of.
There you go.
The day they come out, so.
All right, Hitchcock.
Whew.
These birds outside, man. These birds. They've been tweeting all day.
Tweet.
Just like all the Twitterers.
You probably hear some kiddos running in the background, too.
I think so. I think they're back from their boat ride.
Yeah.
All of our little cousins, if you will.
Come storming in.
And
We've locked the door in their room.
Did you put a sign on a door that says we're podcasting?
No, I didn't.
Oh, frick us.
Yeah.
All right, Hitchcock.
Yeah, that's a good episode.
Should we get to our last thing where we say our pick of the week? The thing that we watched this week? Because we watched a lot of stuff this week.
Okay, I'm going to pull I'll let you talk about the other one we watched together. I'm going to say Skyfall.
Skyfall.
First time I seen it. You'd seen it already. You showed it to me about we started at 12 o'clock. Didn't go to bed.
Yeah, we started at midnight.
Oh jeez. But yeah,
I dozed a bit. But
first,
I've seen it already. So.
Yeah, first Bond movie I've seen, and I was impressed so much.
Yeah,
it was fantastic. Cinematography, beautiful,
amazing
sound,
cinematography,
music,
the color grading is fantastic. In that
color
film.
grading, we found a picture. Perfect.
One of these pictures where it's all the stills in the movie condensed into one photo.
Yes,
and it's like all the colors.
I mean, you get some beautiful blue tones.
Yeah,
you get some orange tones. You get some brown, some gray. Right. Just perfectly vibrant colors. It has some fantastic shots.
Right.
Some of the best shots I've seen in a action movie.
Yeah.
So,
and again, I say that this movie is one of the best action movies of this decade.
Yeah.
Of the 2010s, for sure. It's up there with Mad Max Fury Road in my mind. I feel like it's really well shot. It's really well acted. I feel like the action is really inventive, and well done, and well choreographed. And then I also feel like the emotions of the characters are very well. Someone's knocking on the door and turning the knob. What are we going to do, Hitchcock?
What are we going to do? Oh, gosh.
We're podcasting. Who could it be?
Who is it?
Is it a small child?
Who is it? Sounds like Haviland.
It's probably Haviland. My sister. For those who...
Yeah. What's up?
We are podcasting.
We'll be done in like 10 minutes, 5 minutes.
In about 10 minutes, yes. To predict. This is going on too long to be funny, Hitchcock. It was funny for about 5 seconds, and now it's going on too long. Oi, stop! Who's knocking? Is it Beck? Listen to the sweet authenticity of this podcast. Who is it?
What do you want? We're recording a podcast. Yeah, we're playing family. You guys stole their room. We'll be done in 5 minutes.
Drew's making barters with his smaller siblings.
I just bet my pet goldfish. I'm sorry.
You spun the roulette wheel.
I did. Ching. Alright, sorry about that. But yeah.
I probably won't edit that out.
Yeah.
Because authenticity, man.
Yeah, and we got no Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah, so I can't edit it out.
Alright, but yeah, Skyfall, fantastic.
Fantastic.
I love it. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna watch it again. I'd put it on my top 10.
But you would feel like you're cheating on Jason Bourne?
I have Bourne.
Yeah.
Bourne is my fave.
I guess we don't have time to talk about the classic Bourne versus Bond debate. I go Bond. Bond wins. Every time. He's more calculated. He's more intelligent.
Bourne's
he's not
more
instinctive.
tough. He'll be able to take the hits. He'll be able to bulldoze Bond.
If they both show up, Bourne could beat him to a pulp. But if they have time to prepare, Bond wins.
He knows. I mean, he's more in, say Bond's plane goes wrong.
Right
away. He's not gonna be able to recover from that.
It's true.
Bourne he's able to go bang bang bang.
It's almost like a Batman versus Superman.
He's able to take a
I feel like
an arm and
Bond is more of a Batman type, where he's gonna be
pen.
Calculated, and if you give him time to prepare, he could beat you.
Okay.
But Bourne is more of Bourne is more of a Superman type, where he's just kind of instinctive, but he'll punch you to death. This is funny
because you're more of a Superman fan.
It's true.
I'm more of a Batman fan.
It's true.
So it's funny that they're compared like this.
Yeah.
This could be a whole nother episode.
A whole hour episode.
It's really good. We could throw in Ethan Hunt and Jack Reacher in there too.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll do that in the future. But yeah, Skyfall, fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I love it.
The other movie
what else did we watch?
The other movie that we watched together, over the past
The
few
Essence
days.
of Drew.
Yes.
This film.
We watched Blade Runner.
Yes.
Which is a classic 80s film. If you do not know, you know.
Harrison Ford?
With Harrison Ford, in which he plays a sort of cop detective-ish assassin, sort of, of replicants of
Futuristic Los Angeles?
Futuristic Los Angeles that looks a lot like Hong Kong for some reason.
It does.
Because I guess Asian people come to America in the future.
Something like
That's
that.
what they say is going to happen.
Yeah.
Blade Runner is a masterpiece from a technical standpoint.
Yeah.
It's amazing in terms of visuals.
Shots.
It's amazing in terms of color grading and cinematography and all that. It's amazing in terms of world building and set design and costume design. And it is amazing in terms of I don't think it's as deep as people say it is.
Yeah.
but it's still...
It's just maybe just some people, it speaks to them on a more personal level, and for me and you, it didn't quite do that.
Right.
You know?
As well as, like, if you saw this movie in the 80s, and it's exploring these very complex ideas of what does it mean to be human? Yeah. Can a robot gain intelligence? Does that count as being human? Do our memories make us who we are? Yeah. You know.
It does. It dives into some deep thoughts.
Right.
Deep ideas.
If you saw that in the 80s, that's going to blow your freaking mind.
It is. Because, it really is.
You know, but these days we have explored those themes in lots of other movies. And those movies probably took inspiration from Blade Runner. So I'm not saying that, like, it's less because of that. Yeah. I'm just saying it doesn't blow your mind anymore, which is the unfortunate truth. Yeah. You know. But that said, so yeah, it's a masterpiece technically. It's pretty deep writing-wise. The thing that I would just say about it is I didn't enjoy it at all.
Yeah, we all know that.
So it's my pick of the week from a film critic perspective, but from a personal perspective, I didn't have a good time with it. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. I didn't like the characters.
It makes you want to go take a shower.
Maybe want to go take a shower, which I guess was the point. Yeah. You know, and I felt like the action and the suspense was very slow paced, and
it didn't hit. For me, it wanted to hit some points dramatically, like,
right? And it didn't really hit those marks.
Quite do that for me, which again, it might have worked for other people. It most likely did. People love this.
Chance loved this.
He does.
But like, I felt like the flow was quite odd because you don't necessarily know what the goal of it is until the very end. Yeah. And you don't know, like, when the third act fight was happening. Usually by the time you get to the third act and they're having their big showdown at the end. Like in Fast and Furious 8, am I right? Dumb blockbusters are the best, man. Woo! But usually by the end of a movie, in the final battle or whatever, you can tell that it's the final battle and you get a sense of that. With this, when he's fighting in the final kind of fight,
like, what's going on?
You don't really know, oh, so is this the final bit or is this just halfway through the movie? I don't know what's happening. I don't have a sense of
It's probably intentional to some extent, you know.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
So yeah, from a technical perspective, amazing. Blade Runner just did not speak to me on an emotional level at all.
It did get me excited for Blade Runner 2049.
Yes.
We watched that trailer and we could tell what's going on.
Right.
Which was good, and like I said,
Denis Villeneuve is a genius.
Yes.
Villeneuve is that if that's how you say it. As
Ryan
well as
Gosling.
like, I feel like this universe is really unique and interesting, and I want to see other stories from it. You know, so. Yeah.
Is there sequels to this? Like, other than Blade 2049?
No. I don't think so.
There isn't.
No.
Okay, cool.
Not that I know of. So.
I like it.
We did, just to clarify, we watched the final cut, which is the, like, director's cut or whatever. I think there's the original cut, the director's cut, and the final cut, and everyone says that the final cut is the best. So, yeah, I guess we watched the best cut.
I mean.
But, you know.
Maybe we'll like the better cuts. Who's to say? I don't know.
So that's that, Hitchcock. What an episode it's been. Yeah? What a fun ride.
Yeah,
what a wild ride.
My knees hurt.
Oh, yeah, you've been squatting this whole time on the floor.
Not squatting. That would be even worse. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, man.
Squats.
That would give you, like, whatever, that arthritis in your knees.
I'd be passed out by now.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
All right, so that's
good.
That's good. That. We should go back to partying it out in the sun.
We should.
Doing some cannonballs in the lake, if you will.
We're going to go down there.
We are?
They're going to be like, how's your podcast?
Yeah, our grandparents are going to ask how the podcast was.
What you talk about, and we're going to say all this hip stuff.
We're going to be like, we said some fun catchphrases. We talked about Star Wars trailers.
Star Wars fast. We're going to talk about Fate of the Furious. We talked about that. We brought the Thor Ragnarok.
And they'll say, what? What is Ragnarok?
Yeah, exactly. That'd be good.
All right. Where can people find us on social media as Hitchcock?
I'm at Hitchcock _ I haven't done this in ages.
Yeah.
Hitchcock _ 007.
In a way, you're a withered hero who's come a long way and needs to train a young girl.
Oh, that's best.
Hitchcock 007.
At Instagram, Twitter, and Letterboxd.
Yep. I'm at Blockbusted Pod on Twitter, which is my main account. I'm at Houston Productions 1 on Instagram, which is, I use it sometimes. Yep. If you want to see our stories from, some of the Blockbusted stuff we've been doing on Instagram, you can check that out. And then I'm Houston Productions 1 on YouTube. People don't use ats on YouTube. Oh, I'm so dumb. That was my pathetic attempt at humor. I don't know. I do these weird jokes where, like, if I say something dumb, flat. I just go, oh, ho, ho, ho. Yeah. I do a dumb British thing or something. I don't know, a floppy Whatever.
Fake laugh.
But I'm at Houston Productions 1 on
Yes, you are.
YouTube, and I just passed 20,000 subscribers.
Hey, you did.
So there you go. You know who else just passed a subscriber milestone, Hitchcock?
Here we go. Mr. Tyrone Magnus.
10 million subscribers! Woo!
As you guys know, Houston hates reaction videos.
Oh my gosh.
He hates them with fiery passion.
Reaction videos are the worst. Okay, they're not the worst thing on YouTube. There are far worse things. Like ASMR. But, they
Most
are some of the most
uncreative,
uncreative
dumb
stuff on YouTube. Yes. There are things that are worse that are still creative.
Yeah, and so basically, this dude Tyrone Magnus, who I've confessed I've watched quite a few of his videos.
Ironically,
in my own time.
Oh wow.
Without you around. But yeah, we've been making fun of. We did a little rip off of a reaction, so that's what we did.
Right.
We're watching a bunch of reaction videos, and when we first got together, he was at like 998,000.
Right. Yeah. We were on the
like
verge
that.
of this huge historical
And he
marker.
kept saying, he's always said this for 2 years. He go
1 million subscribers.
1 million subscribers.
Woo!
And then he's been saying that for a long time, and we've been making fun of it. And then was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday.
Yeah.
We woke up and we saw his account said 1 million party dance, and he reached 1 million.
I can't even.
And I didn't think it would ever come. But then he posted a video. He posted a video, and he's going making the X with his hands. 10 million subscribers.
My gosh.
That's great.
Dude.
Yeah, you just love to see the passion and the
passion in that guy's eyes.
Dedication.
The contrast
all the hard
between
work,
one video
all the hard work he's put into these videos.
That he releases like 7 videos a day.
Yeah, he does.
You gotta work real hard on videos to do that.
You do.
And like some videos are Thor reactions, and some videos are if he doesn't kiss you, if he doesn't love you.
Oh, it's whack.
Counseling advice.
It's good.
You know, Hitchcock, if I wanted counseling on my relationship, I would ask Tyrone Magnus.
I would too.
All right.
What's up, Magnusites?
Maybe we need a goal that we shout at the end of every
should.
episode.
What should we do?
30
likes.
30 likes. 40 downloads every episode. Woo! All right, Hitchcock, say your catchphrase.
Never bummer.
Oh! New catchphrase, man.
New catchphrase. I'm done with wing it.
Hashtag never bummer.
Never bummer.
Is that it? That's your new catchphrase.
Never.
I feel like I need a new catchphrase.
My whole life is just never bummer.
But I feel like my original one still applies, and so I can't get rid of it. I can't abandon it.
100%.
I have a romantic attachment to it.
Yes, you do.
Hashtag.
He sleeps with it every night.
I sleep with a catchphrase?
Yes.
What even is this, guys? We will see you in like 7 months when we get another episode out.
All right.
Bye.